Hello everyone, how's life? This is Jacob, Cafe Linux, the second video of our arrays section, the day 6 of the C programming course. We're going to get started and let's talk about arrays. In the first video we talked about what arrays are, and I'm using the BJ actually reference for this section. This is a good reference. You can also use it. So we talked about array initializers. And yes, let's continue. So actually, we talked about that arrays are pointers. And actually, the more we talk about arrays, the more you'll understand what I mean by this actually sentence. That arrays are the same as pointers, so they're totally the same. Instead of arrays, you can use pointers, and you'll understand what I mean in the future, near future. So how can we initialize arrays in C? Let's just uh, oh, you don't know how much I hate this keyboard. I really need to change it. Arrays in, let's see. Okay, let's do something better. Let's just open Tmux and split the screen and doing this maximizing. Okay, and we're going to open arrays.c, and I'm going to just set my favorite theme, if I have it here. Retrobox. Retrobox is good. Okay. And let's include a stdio, stdio.h. Let's include a string.h. And also include, I don't really need this one. Okay, int main, our main function, and I'm going to just print something again on the screen just for a test. Sorry, I hate the keyboard. Tarok is here. Okay, and return 0. Saving. GCC arrays, and you can see that Tarok is here. Okay, so now let's just define an array. We say int ar, or any name that we want. For example, you can call it, I don't know, something like cat. Okay, no one is going to actually disturb you from naming whatever you want in arrays. You can name it whatever you want. For example, you can name it just coffee. Okay, but you have to actually, first let me check, I'm recording. You have to name it a proper way. Okay, you can name it properly. You have to name it properly. You cannot just name it coffee. Coffee is something actually not good for an array name. Okay, what is coffee? You must name it, for example, like drinks. Okay, drinks, and that's it. I can name it, for example, here like numbers. Okay, I'm going to hold a bunch of numbers, and I'm going to say that I'm going to hold 5 numbers. And just let me, someone's knocking the door, I'll be back in a minute. Say, well, I'm back. Okay, for example, now I'm saying that I have an array, I name it numbers, and I'm going to have 5 numbers in my array. For example, I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 56, no 5. And as I told you in the previous video, I can print them one by one. For example, I can say person D, and I don't know, person D, for example, \n. I can just, for example, print numbers 0, because the index starts from 0, so number 0 is actually the number 1 in my array. So I can say that numbers 2, for example, which is 3 here, and numbers like what? Like, for example, 3. Okay, so let's see what we'll get. Arrays. So I get 1, 3, 4, and that's true. These are numbers in my array. So we're talking about C, not, I don't know, Python. So every shitty thing is possible in this programming language. So for example, I can say numbers, I don't know, person D \n. We can say numbers 10. So do we have numbers 10? Of course we don't have. But let's see if C is going to say no to our program. It's not going to say no, it's going to print something here. Okay, we run the program, we get something else, some garbage from the memory, and as you can see, the C programming, the compiler is not going to stop us. So that's a red flag. Okay, that's a red flag. In your serious real world programs, if you're going to write something in real world in projects, you must be careful of how, for example, you write the for loops, because if you loop too much in your array, you're going to ruin everything in memory. Okay, so for example here I can say numbers 0. Let me show you something new. For example, I can change values of my array. I can say numbers 0 equals, for example, 10. Okay, I can say numbers 2 equals 123. And now if I just say printf, I'm too lazy. Wait, let me just visual this line, pressing Y to yank and P to paste. Okay, let's see what we get. I get 10, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, the values are changed inside our array. But let's do something like numbers 10. Okay, like 45. So do you expect to see some crash or I don't know warnings? So you're completely wrong, nothing is going to happen, and I'm successfully compiling. Oh, the program crashes here. So in your real life, real world program, if you're going to do some mistake like this, you're going to have a random crash suddenly in your program, okay, in the future. So you must just be careful. You get what I mean? So this is C. You must act carefully in C. For example, in Python, this is not possible. And the interpreter is going to stop you. Or in Java, it's not possible. Or in, I don't know, Kotlin, in Ruby, I don't know, it's not possible. But in C, you must be completely careful. So let's do another example of arrays. For example, I say char characters of, I don't know, 5. I say A, B, C. So I have actually length of 5, but I have 3 items. So what will happen to the 4th and the 5th item? Let's see. Let's first compile and see what happens. So nothing happens. Smashing detected. Another crash. Let's just stop doing it. Okay. Nothing happens. Let's print something. Printf. Person C, person C, person C. And person C, person C. I'm too lazy to write a for loop, and I'm just going to keep it like this. Characters 1, character 2. You must write a for loop. Okay, don't act crazy like this. This is stupid. I'm acting stupid here. Boom. Character. Sorry. Didn't I just compile this? characters. Just right. Thanks. So I see A, B, C and nothing. Okay. The thing that it does is that, as you can see, this is the same as this. So it just places 0 for my array. Let's write an integer array as the BJ has done. Let's remove this stupid thing. Sorry for doing this. Int nums 5, and I'm going to say 21, 22, 25. Okay. And let's say, for example, for writing a for loop int I equals 0 while I is smaller than 5, I plus plus, and printf nums of I. Nice and easy. So you can see 21, 22, 25, 0, 0. You see? What happened? You can see 21, 0, 0, 0, 0. It automatically places 0 for the actually slots that you have not feeded, actually, if I'm correct in my English. Another thing that you can do in arrays is this. For example, you can say int a 10 and you say 0, 11, 22, and you say the fifth index, okay, is 55, and you can say 66 and 77. Let's show this in an example. Let's use nums instead. So nums of 5, I say 1, 2. So this is for my index 0 and 1. I'm going to skip index 2 and index 3, and I'm going to say 4 is 9 and 10. Okay, so let's see what happens. Oh, I'm doing something wrong. This is not 3, this is not 4, this is 3 actually, sorry. So GCC arrays, and yeah, we can see that we can have 1, 2, 0, 9, 10. So I just skipped the second index, so it places 0 instead of that. So these are the tricks that we can do in arrays. I don't know if they're going to become handy or not, but that's actually what you can do. This is another way of actually defining arrays. So the compiler is going to detect the size of the array for you. You're not going to write it. That's a simple form. You can just say, I don't know, instead of int nums 5, you can say int nums, and that's it. And this is the out of bounds section that I showed you just, if you just keep printing, in this example, A has the size 5, but the for loop is just going printing too many elements, so it's going up to 10. So the compiler is going to just keep you to go and nice and easy. So we call it undefined behavior. So once it will print, and once you can see that it just crashes. And we have multi-dimensional arrays. I'm going to record another video for that, because I'm going to keep the videos short. And then we're going to talk about arrays and pointers, how they're related. So if I'm going to show you a quick example here, we're going to have a separate video for that. I'm going to say, for example, int pointer to ptr. So ptr is a pointer to an integer memory section, okay? So we're going to say noms. And this is better to say. They're actually the same, but I'm just going to keep things simple. So if I say %d \n, for example, the ptr value value is. I hate this keyboard. This is the shittiest keyboard I've ever bought. Oh. So I'm going to see 1. Okay. So now we can see that that pointer is just pointing to the first index of that array. So we're getting more close. So you guys can see that what do I mean by that? Pointers and arrays are the same. And another fun thing to show you is that, for example, here we can say int sum numbers 0 plus numbers 1. So you can do arithmetic on actually arrays. These are some sort of simple things that you can see. I'm printing sum. I see for the sake of clarity, sum. Okay. And don't forget that I'm changing it to 10 here. Okay. So that's why we get 12. So we say gcc arrays.c and we get 12. Thanks for watching this video. In the next video we're going to talk about multidimensional arrays and more on pointers and the relation between pointers and arrays in C. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.